person's most useful asset is not a head full of knowledge, but a heart full of love, an ear ready to listen, and a hand willing to help others. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hashtag USELOVEFIRST here. Meme Talk, episode 8. I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. This started off as a small idea, and before I knew it, it's happening. So I am really, really grateful. I'm so excited. We'll go ahead and jump into the meme. A person's most useful asset is not a head full of knowledge, but a heart full of love, an ear ready to listen, and a hand willing to help. When I was in foster care, there was a lot of kids that came in and out of the home. And so you never know who was leaving. You never knew who was coming. So for a minute, I want you to imagine that you're my brother, that you're my sister. And just like every other kid in that home, you're waiting to go home to your mom. You're waiting to go home to your dad or grandma or whoever it is that's supposed to be taking care of you. And so when I come back from school, regardless what the age it was, all of a sudden I'm like, hey, where's so-and-so? Where's this person? And like, oh, they went home. Inside my mind, I've shared this before, like, that's not something you can deal with easily. If you went home and your mom was not there, your dad wasn't there, your brother wasn't there, like, it's not something that should be dealt with on a natural basis. And so I had dealt with that on a day-to-day basis. I knew where I was at was not home, right? But I tried my best. And so when the kids came over, or when the new kid came over, I was pretty much like their guide, if you will. And so the odd part was that no matter if I just got there yesterday or been there for 10 years, you got to understand that they're just as afraid as it was as the first time I got there. They would, you don't know what to do. You don't know who to talk to. You don't know. And I remember that. And so I was the person who would pretty much embrace that person. Now, mind you, you got to understand that I just lost you, right? You just left. Your mom came and got you, whatever the case may be. And now I'm helping whoever else. It didn't matter the amount of knowledge that I had of what I was supposed to do or not supposed to do inside the home. I learned how to navigate through all those people, all the different types of abuse, to ensure that the new kids didn't get in trouble. And so it took some time to kind of see that weird network from the foster mother to her children to what they were doing to us, who they brought over, and still trying to get this person to feel comfortable, whether it's a girl or a guy, or sometimes it's a group. And you're not taught how to do these things. You're not taught, like, Kyle, this is what you do. And so intuitively, and when I say intuitively, not so much as a good thing, like, you're just trying to figure it out. And that's how I've done a lot of stuff. You're just trying to figure it out. So intuitively, when that kid is over there in the corner looking sad, looking hurt, you want to be helpful, especially if it's just you. And you remember that pain. You remember that moment where you just wish you could go home. You don't care how long, how often you sat in that corner or who said what to you. If your parents weren't there, if your siblings weren't there, if the person that you trusted wasn't there, you didn't feel accepted. And so that's what I was dealing with. But no matter what, I didn't want the person in front of me to feel what I was feeling. And so I would hide my pain. I wouldn't share it. And I've learned now that sharing of the pain is different when you're being vulnerable versus being told what to do or being yelled at. When you're accepted in that fashion and people are trying to look at you as an equal, as an equality, not because of skin color or your height or anything of that nature, to know that you bleed just like I do. You want to be held or hugged or laughed, or you have these desires just like everybody else. Do not feel bad for being able to be kind or service to others or to be my next door neighbor. You can give them cookies, you can, whatever the case may be. It's kind of like old school, but believe it or not, you can call my next door neighbors up and you will ask them, right? I mean, they do it to me as well. We'll send cookies to each other. Or one time a neighbor asked me, I think, for eggs or sugar. I don't know. And I laughed at it because that's how it was back in the day. Be ready to be receptive to those individuals who doesn't necessarily understand your world, but so what they do instead is to ask for guidance. And it's up to you if you want to give it to them or not. Are you going to use love first or, let them go by the wayside? All right, let me know what you think. I appreciate it. As always, use love first. Peace. A person's most useful asset is not a head full of knowledge, but a heart full of love, an ear ready to listen, and a hand willing to help others. Hey y'all, if y'all like this meme talk and would like to offer support to the hashtag USELOVEFIRST movement, please comment, share, subscribe, and like to any of my social media platforms. I really do appreciate everything. The support is amazing. I love you all. Hope to speak to y'all soon.